face full of mud. Did you? I'm in a lorry, which always tells you that it's going to be a good vlog. We are going fun riding this weekend. It's actually Saturday. The fun ride is tomorrow, but I was able to pick up the lorry early. This is a Gallop and Go lorry from one of my partners. I get a discount with them, and I also am able to offer a discount with you. So have a look in the description if you are local to Surrey and you're looking for lorry hire. The first thing that I did today and actually earlier in the week to prepare for this fun ride was take Harley for a canter with my coach, and then today I actually jumped him for the first time on my own outside of a lesson since I've owned him, which feels like a really big step in terms of confidence. So let's dive straight into some riding footage, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm prepping the lorry for tomorrow, and then all the GoPro footage from tomorrow, and hopefully we have a wonderful time. If you haven't seen a lesson like this before of mine, I am lucky enough to have a coach who will sometimes ride with me as opposed to just coaching from the ground. And what that means is that I can have coaching out hacking. So whether or not I'm dealing with a particular issue out hacking and it's not showing up in the school and I want my coach to see it, or in my case, I often will go out cantering with her in big open spaces, because that's something that I'm not confident anymore, I don't think, but I'm less confident on that than in the school, and I want to give my young horse a good experience. So we've done a couple of lessons like this previously, and we actually weren't able to have our normal lesson this week because of various scheduling conflicts. So I said to her, well, I'd really like to take Harley out for an open space canter before we go on the fun ride. Would you come with me? And she was like, absolutely, let's go out together. So we can go cantering out hacking where we are, but there's not loads and loads of places where we can actually have a proper canter in an open space, and I wanted to make sure that Harley had one before we actually went fun riding. So I'll show you what we did. We started in trot, and then when everyone was happy we popped up to canter and we just cantered all the way round. Harley was, of course, absolutely fantastic, perfect gentleman, had a wonderful time and felt really, really good and prepped for the fun ride on the weekend. He was good. So that was on the Wednesday, and then on the Saturday, the day before the fun ride, I went in the school on my own and I decided to jump Harley, and it is the first time that I have jumped him without a coach there. So for some people that wouldn't be a big deal. For me it was. It marks a real moment of confidence in my own riding, confidence in him, to be able to jump without the safety net of a coach there. So felt really proud of myself. So as I warmed up today, something I've been working on in my jump lessons is not always thinking about getting him into a perfect outline, working in a frame, kind of letting go of that wanting everything to look perfect and feel perfect, and actually focusing on the skills of training, straightness, rhythm. So what I'm just doing here is going on a circle to get a little bit of inside bend. I've already done some straight line work before this clip, and I'm using the poles to just spiral in, spiral out, and you'll see that I've set up some poles, I've set up a straight bar, and I've set up a cross pole. So my plan was to have walk trot canter on both reins, pop over the pole, and then when I was feeling confident I actually was going to do a trot over the cross pole and then a canter, but actually I cantered over the pole and I thought, nope, this feels great, he feels great, I'm just going to crack on and go straight into the jumping canter, which again tells you, kind of, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, that I was feeling really, really confident and just really, really solid. Of course, he jumped it beautifully. I was absolutely delighted. Came round, jumped it again, jumped the straight bar, and then also jumped the other two on the other reins. Annoyingly, my pivot swung away on the other rein just as I jumped the cross pole in the other direction, and then did a right angle turn to the straight bar, and he was amazing. He did it immediately. He followed my body as I went over the cross pole, and he took a long one over the straight bar, and I just was like, you are just the best pony ever. I was absolutely delighted with him. So yeah, big step, felt really proud of him, really proud of myself. I can't get the sound on in this clip, but I was basically just giving him loads of fuss. I was very, very pleased with both of us, and we felt very ready for our adventure on the Sunday. Harley is ridden, we've got the lorry, now we need to set it up with shavings, hay nets, and any other equipment that I can put in the night before to save me having to do it in the morning. You're not going to get to see this tomorrow, so I'm going to tell you about it now because I thought it was super cute. So first of all, when I'm hanging up the hay nets here, I'm hanging them on the wrong side of the weave grill. They need to be on the other side, but I got confused by the weave grill, so I hung them up on the wrong side. Secondly, the Gallop and Go team have 2 boxes. One of them has a weave grill, one of them doesn't. I've travelled Harley with the weave grill. I didn't think he liked it very much. And so when I loaded him up the first time on the Sunday morning, my coach was around and she came over and she was like, oh, I was like, oh, he doesn't like the weave grill, but I don't know what to do. She was like, you know, you can take those off, right? So we take off the weave grill, we get Harley off the box. I swear, he's like clamoring to get back on. He's like, day out, hell yeah, let's go. And that was very cute. I was like, oh, I'm so happy he feels safe to travel and he like wants to be in the box. And I also set it up with a grass bix, which I'll show you in a minute, which I wanted to just make it a nicer experience for him. So this is a grass bix. I was lucky enough to get a sample of this at Beta International. They're from a company called Silvermore. And it's essentially like a compressed block of grass, and they come with these tiny little hay nets, and they can be used when horses are on like box rest. And I've been saving it for this trip because I just thought it'd be really nice for him to have some extra tasty treats while he's in the lorry to make that a pleasant journey, especially because we're traveling a bit further than usual today. Next job was just getting shavings in the back of the lorry. I don't always travel with shavings in the box if it's a local journey, but because we were going probably 1 hour 40, I think, from us, I wanted to put some in the back so that if he did a poo or he wanted to do a wee before we came home, that he had the option and that it was nice and cozy and comfortable for him. Starting to fill up the back, but one thing I love about Gallop and Go is they always give you a water butt. There's a spare tyre and they always have a box of treats, which is really nice, especially the water butt, because if you are someone who hires lorries, you often don't have one of these, because why would you need one? You don't own a lorry, so it's quite handy to have around. It's a good thing to think of. Good morning. Look at that sunrise. It's 7 a.m. Just got to the yard. We're just heading down to the field to grab Harley in. I so nearly didn't put a rug on him last night because I didn't think it was going to be that cold. I'm quite glad I did. I just put a 50 gram on him, but it's quite chilly this morning. So he's going to come in, have breakfast, a bit of hay, a bit of downtime, and then we're going to head out around 8 o'clock. It's a little bit of a drive, and you can set off from the Funride at 10:30. That's the earliest time. And so we wanted to get there and get out on course early. Hopefully it's a little quieter, which should be a nice experience for Harley, with it being his first or his second fun rider. Sorry, I've just spotted the horses. I was just trying to see if I could see Harley. Washed Harley's legs off. He's just having breakfast. I'm just switching back into my, so got my wellies on, putting my trainers on. Harley's having his breakfast and a moment's peace. I'm gonna put my tack in the lorry and have some coffee, give him a quick brush, and then we're kind of good to go really. I just wanted to get here with plenty of time because I don't like to rush. Oh gosh, nearly fell over. I realised when I did these last night that I put the hay nets the wrong side of the weave grill. I shouldn't film while I'm trying to do this because it's too difficult. Basically, I need to put them so that he puts his head over the weave grill instead of in it. Bridle, martingale, spare neck strap, saddle, number, body protector, coat. By the time that I checked everything was in the lorry, Harley had had some hay in his breakfast, so I gave him a quick brush and then we were almost ready to go. Harley's in. He literally was like straight up, and then we actually took him back out to take the weave grill off and he was like, couldn't wait to get back in. Bless him. Need a little bit of water? Are you okay? No? Cozy. That's it. When we arrived, the stewards let us know that there were 70 entrants for this fun ride, and so we were all parked quite close together, and you can't see this, but from outside it was super muddy and there wasn't really room to tie the horses up outside because there were lorries coming past, so we had to tack up in the lorry. But Harley was, of course, such a good boy, took it all in his stride. Just waiting for our friends, aren't we, Harley? Good boy. We are riding today with my friend Debbie and her lovely mare Mary, and Debbie's very kindly said that I can share our experience from this ride together. So Mary is about 15 years old and she's just a really, really solid pair of hands, especially for something like this. She's just never flustered by anything, so well behaved, like such a lovely mare, and Debbie's had her since she was a 5-year-old, so she totally knows what it's like to have a younger horse, and it would just be perfect for giving Harley confidence if he ever needs it. And they're also just very well matched in terms of stride length and speed and things like that, so they're a lovely pair to go out together. So we set out and we went across the road. We literally crossed one road, and that's the only road we touched with any traffic. So we kind of went along this hedge line here, or sort of not really a hedge line, is it? It's a field. But we turned the corner and then there was already an uphill canter, which was great. I think when you get started on fun rides, they're obviously always a bit excitable when you get on, and it's nice to give them a canter quite early on, so that's what we did. Good boy. Beautifully matched. I can already. Well, that wasn't very exciting, was it?
No.
Boys and girls. Yeah, that's it. You keep trotting. Let's get out any puff that we've got, and then there won't be any trouble. That's it. Boy.
Have another little trot.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Come on. You can canter if you want. Oh, you canter, yeah?
Yeah.
All right? We turned out of that field and onto a bridleway track, and we were officially then in the South Downs National Park. And so we rode through this woodland for quite a while and then came out onto a couple of other fields and tracks, and that was the whole fun ride. It was just absolutely beautiful. The only slightly sour moment from this whole ride was something that happened a few minutes after this clip here. So we were riding along. I'd put green tape on Harley's tail to show that he was a young horse, first time he was doing this. And at this point we had a group of riders behind us, and my friend said to the riders, just watch my mare because she kicks, and we've got a baby in front, he's never done a fun ride before. And they were like, okay, no worries, we're just going to cut down into the field. And then it looked like they kind of turned back away from us and had cut off this section of the ride in front of us. So we carried on, and then a few minutes later they appeared out of nowhere cantering past us, and that was disappointing because I have heard people have that experience with riders before. I had never experienced it myself on a fun ride, and I was quite disappointed, to be honest. There's a good boy. That's it. Oh. Boy. Good boy. It's okay.
That was not. That was really.
It's alright.
Back up here.
Yeah.
Go down that path.
It's okay.
Oh.
Come on. So what we're doing in this moment is retracing our steps down the field, and then there's somewhere that's less steep that we're going to drop down and come back along that path to give us a bit of distance between us and the group, and also give our horses something to do and move forward. And I know there are going to be people watching this who are like, that wasn't a big deal, like this isn't, you know, that bad. But had we been on horses that were highly strung, you know, our friends were out on an ex-racehorse on this day, and he's 4, And had they been out on that day, that horse very well might have jumped down that bank, skirted through the gateway and been off with them. And it's disappointing, you know, when you're on a fun ride, you are meant to be a bit more careful with one another. Everyone's meant to have fun, right? So that was a bit disappointing, but apart from that, I was incredibly proud of Harley, like just standing there like an absolute angel. Like I was so proud of him. So yeah, we walk along this little bit and then we have a little trot and canter ourselves and we carry on with our lovely ride. Down here, that's it, it's all right, that's it, it's okay, that's it, good boy, it's okay, we're going this way, that's it, well done. TROT?
Oh no, that's our little one.
Okay, good boy, that's it. Get you moving. Good boy. God, they're great. We had the best horses ever. What's really annoying is I can see from here, they could see us from all the way back there. They could have yelled, they could have trotted, they could have done anything and they didn't do anything. Yeah, it is a bit, yeah. Good boy. Oh. That's close enough. That's it. Yeah. Oh. Turn that'll do. Good boy. Well done. Yeah. After that as well. If she does need a canter, this is probably a good section because you're all sort of in, aren't you? Yeah. If it's flat enough. Face full of mud. Did you? I was like, oh, I'm too close. So by this point in the ride, I've started turning my GoPro on and off to preserve the battery and the SIM card. And unfortunately, as we start getting to this bit, we got completely lost. Someone had turned the signs around. We were following a route with big arrows, and unfortunately the sign that they had turned around had pathways leading to 4 different routes. And you know that you're on the right path because not only do you have the arrows, but you also have this white and red stuff that's put in the trees, like tape. And so we went up one path and we were like, nope, this isn't the right one. We came back down, went up another path, nope, not the right one. We came back down and there were 2 other riders who were also lost. So we all went up a 3rd path together, realised it wasn't right, came back down, and there were then 6 other riders. So there's now 10 of us completely lost. And eventually, between all 10 of us, we figured it out and we carried on our way. By that point, my GoPro had run out of battery, and so this lovely group of people let us go first. So we trotted off to give Harley a bit of space. I just didn't want him behind sort of 10 riders. So we went off into these fields, and it's such a shame that my GoPro had run out because the views were absolutely stunning, and Harley opened about 5 gates in a row, held gates open for Mary and Debbie. He was just an absolute legend. I got a few clips on my phone just with my hand, so I'm going to show you those now. But we missed out on the last few canters. So let's have a look at those clips and then I will meet you back at the lorry.
it was worth it.
Oh yeah. Some water. Because of getting lost, we ended up doing, I think we did about 14 miles. It was a 10-mile ride and we were in the saddle for over 3 hours according to my Apple Watch. So I got straight back, didn't film untacking because I just wanted to get it off him quickly. And you can see he looks tired, like he did so well. His little Energizer Bunny ears were just absolutely forward right until the very last minute. He was just such a legend. He obviously had such a wonderful time and I was absolutely beaming with pride. Like I just couldn't have asked for a better ride, for better behaviour. He was just absolutely mega. So this fun ride comes with complimentary tea and cake. So we've got the horses in, we're just going to drive around the corner to where it is so that we're there on the way out and we can hear them. But they're all in there with their hay, so they're all settled, which is lovely. So we're back, obviously, and it's just all systems go because I'm actually going to the cinema tonight with my partner, and because we got back late, because we got lost, I'm running slightly further behind than I thought I would be. As you will have ascertained by now, the GoPro ran out of battery. I am just absolutely chuffed. Like, he was perfect from beginning to end, absolutely perfect. I'm just delighted with him, and we've just booked our first ever stay away camp next April, so I'm so excited. Anyway, I have to get on with cleaning the story because I've got things to do this evening. Come on. I love the fact that he's out at night because he never misses out on turnout time when we go out for a day. I'm absolutely delighted with him. Tomorrow he'll have a day off. I'm going to come up and give him a groom and a massage. But yeah, I'll see you soon for our next adventure. Bye for now.